Have you noticed how some women seem to radiate an irresistible energy, drawing people in effortlessly? It's not about beauty or fashion, it's deeper, rooted in confidence, self-worth, psychological insight, and secure attachment. These women cultivate habits that grow stronger with life experience, creating a magnetic presence that others unconsciously respond to. Imagine a woman entering a crowded room. She doesn't demand attention or flaunt her appearance. Yet, eyes are drawn to her. Her confidence is quiet, unwavering, and grounded. This is not arrogance, it's presence. Human psychology interprets such groundedness as safety, something rare in chaotic social and romantic dynamics. People are drawn to those who signal emotional security, but many women confuse performance with confidence. They believe smiling, dressing well, or suppressing fears projects strength, yet the body leaks. Truth. Nervous gestures, posture shifts, or subtle micro-expressions betray inauthenticity. Genuine confidence is cultivated through self-discovery, trauma recovery, and secure attachment, not superficial performance. When confidence is rooted in fear of abandonment, interactions become a plea for reassurance, which repels rather than attracts. True magnetism flows from inner stability, where fear no longer dictates behavior. Attachment styles shape emotional bonding. Secure attachment allows one to engage without losing oneself, creating attraction naturally. People mirror what they perceive. Tension invites testing, while grounded presence commands respect. Feminine energy is not submission or dominance, it is a quiet, magnetic authority that contrasts sharply with a chaotic, fast-paced world. Quiet confidence often emerges through hardship. Women develop it after surviving toxic relationships or years of being underestimated. Scars carry stories without words. Others sense resilience and strength, creating attraction rooted in respect, not shallow admiration. Emotional regulation is key, pausing in conflict, witnessing triggers without reacting, and integrating past. Trauma builds safety that others instinctively trust. Narcissists exploit chaos, but a woman anchored in herself neutralizes their control. Ultimately, magnetism is born from inner work. It is presence refined by self-worth, emotional mastery, and secure attachment. She doesn't chase attention. Her energy quietly commands it. True feminine power lies in being unshakable yet receptive, grounded yet radiant, embodying confidence that whispers, not shouts, and in that whisper, she becomes unforgettable. In that moment, you reclaim yourself. You become the high-value woman whose inner world cannot be hijacked by the immaturity or chaos of others. Think of a mother holding a child during a tantrum. The child screams and thrashes, but the mother's calm presence contains the storm. She does not match the chaos, she guides it. That is emotional regulation. In adult relationships, the principle is the same. The person who stays steady becomes the emotional compass. People are drawn to her because their own turbulence finds rest in her calm. Yet, many women never learn this skill. Raised where emotions were dangerous, love conditional, and silence safer than speaking, they respond to pressure with either fury or collapse, then shame themselves for being too sensitive. But emotional intensity is not weakness. It is a map of unhealed wounds seeking nurture. The woman who learns to regulate does not stop feeling. She feels everything, but does not let feelings dictate her actions. She recognizes triggers as echoes of the past, and in holding them without burning, she becomes unmanipulable, steady, sovereign, and profoundly magnetic. True magnetism flows from self-worth. Most people outsource their value, seeking validation in the approval of others. This creates invisible leashes that shape behavior, bending the self to be chosen, yet making one easier to discard. The high-value woman reverses this. She chooses herself, sets boundaries without guilt, and refuses to sacrifice dignity for temporary belonging. Her energy radiates sovereignty, not appeasement. She does not beg. She commands respect through presence alone. Self-worth is quiet, not performative. It allows generosity without expectation and creates emotional safety because others sense she will not collapse into resentment or manipulate for attention. Often, this realization comes after devastation betrayal, heartbreak, or trauma forces the choice: shrink to be tolerated, or rise to claim the space you were born to occupy. The latter transforms subtly, yet irrevocably, like steel beneath silk. This transformation is the essence of attraction. People unconsciously gravitate toward those whose identity is unshakable, whose love is untangled from fear of rejection. Emotional safety is the invisible magnet that binds deeply, but self-worth is constantly tested by old patterns, manipulation, and doubt. The choice remains: abandon yourself for acceptance or remain rooted even if alone. That steadfastness, not perfection, is what makes a woman truly irresistible. Magnetism is anchored in presence. A person who listens fully, whose stillness offers shelter amidst chaos, creates a rare and undeniable pull. It is in that calm, that unshakable recognition of self, where emotional gravity resides. The high-value woman does not chase, she attracts, not through demand, but through unwavering alignment with her own worth. The magnetic mystery of feminine presence lies in the art of embodiment, not performance. True presence is the energy beneath words, the silent communication that says, "I am here, fully, and I see you." In a world addicted to noise and speed, such presence is rare, and rarity carries power. People are wired for emotional bonding, and undivided attention acts as a profound psychological trigger. Presence itself becomes a form of rebellion, a signal that says, "I am grounded, I am safe, I am enough." Yet many women struggle to embody it. Trauma, narcissistic dynamics, or childhood environments where attention was scarce teach fragmentation. Smiles mask anger, nods hide anxiety, and mental chatter keeps the true self buried. Presence requires safety within an ability to stand fully in the moment without fear. To embody it is to risk vulnerability, silence the inner critic, and allow your energy to anchor the room. It is commanding without aggression, irresistible because so few can maintain it. Resilience is the twin of presence. Every storm survived, leaves marks that, when carried with dignity, create magnetism. Those scars tell a story without words, proof that you endured fire but were not destroyed. Vulnerability transforms into emotional safety, allowing others to breathe without fear of judgment. Narcissistic dynamics thrive on fragility, but resilience makes you untouchable. Their manipulations hit steel. Trauma recovery forges this strength. The fires of heartbreak, betrayal, and disappointment burn away dependence on approval and tolerance of disrespect. What emerges is the high-value woman whose presence communicates boundaries and survival without a word. She balances strength with softness, commanding respect while offering safety. Her energy is rare, magnetic, and irresistible because she embodies both mastery over herself and compassion for others. Presence and resilience together are not superficial. They are the invisible gravity that draws people in. The woman who carries her scars as symbols of survival becomes unforgettable. Resilience and boundaries are the twin pillars of feminine magnetism, creating a presence that no superficial charm can replicate. A woman who carries her scars with dignity draws attention effortlessly. People lean in, sensing the depth beneath her words, the unspoken gravity born from wounds once meant to break her. Resilience alone makes her unforgettable. Paired with boundaries, it becomes transformative. Every woman encounters the moment when her boundaries are tested. A dismissive laugh, a delayed promise, or a subtle slight triggers the familiar pull between pleasing and protecting. Many women struggle to say no because childhood and societal conditioning taught them that compliance ensures love. Trauma rewires survival instincts to equate submission with safety. Narcissistic dynamics exploit this, pushing against hesitation to locate cracks. Yet true emotional safety cannot exist without boundaries. By drawing clear lines, women do not distance themselves. They create conditions where love can flow safely, like a river contained by its banks. Holding boundaries comes at a cost. Some will leave, rage, or withdraw, revealing that their presence was never about love, but extraction. This initial loneliness is paradoxically a doorway to trauma recovery, exposing false affection and creating space for truth. A high-value woman stands rooted in her worth, enforcing boundaries not out of fear but self-respect. Her energy signals safety and integrity, magnetizing authentic connection while repelling exploitation. Truth and honesty amplify this power. Silence to avoid conflict may feel safer, but it erodes emotional bonding, allowing resentment to grow. Speaking her truth, even amid discomfort, the high-value woman claims authority over her reality, creating the conditions for genuine relationship healing. Her resilience and boundaries are not just armor, they are the framework for attraction, respect, and emotional safety, drawing the right people while naturally repelling those who cannot honor her worth. Those who remain when you claim your boundaries and voice are the ones capable of true intimacy. Conflict, though feared, is often the doorway to the emotional bonding we crave most. Trauma recovery hinges on the ability to speak your truth without apology. Many women, shaped by narcissistic dynamics or childhood neglect, learn silence as survival. But that same silence, once protective, becomes imprisoning. To step into authenticity is to risk disruption, exposure, and rejection, but in that risk lies transformation. When a woman speaks her truth, she signals, "I will not trade authenticity for acceptance." That steady, unshakable presence radiates power, drawing others into emotional safety, not because she is always easy to be around, but because she is trustworthy. The unsettling question is, who remains when you shed the silences and reveal your truths? And who do you become once you are no longer at war with your own voice? Strength often hides beneath softness. A woman may appear gentle, yet beneath lies years of lessons, scars turned into wisdom, and pain transmuted into power. Resilience is not hardness. It is the courage to keep tenderness alive despite the blows. A high-value woman survives trauma not by shutting down, but by holding on to her core humanity. She does not offer shallow reassurance. She offers steadiness, worth, and insight, immune to manipulation and psychological games. This resilience comes at a cost. Nights of loneliness, letting go of false love, and reclaiming your voice forge the new self. Yet empathy remains. Memory of past vulnerability allows raw, unpretentious connection. Feminine energy, at its highest form, expresses this paradox: soft yet firm, yielding yet unmovable, compassionate yet self-honoring. Like the ocean, it nurtures while shaping, creating emotional safety and inspiring growth. Transformation comes through acceptance, seeing pain clearly, learning its lessons, and letting go of the victim's story. The irresistible woman rises with her, scars visible, unashamed, embodying confidence, self-worth, and depth. Some are magnetized, others recoil, unsettled by the mirror she holds to their own growth. Her power compels discernment. Only those aligned with her depth can remain. Irresistibility is not an act. It emerges when a woman embraces her confidence, honors her worth, and steps fully into the life she was always meant to lead.